Hello, and welcome to the Virtual Coach tutorial series. The goal of these videos is to help familiarize you, the user, with the Virtual Coach program so you can begin using it yourself. Virtual Coach is a construction management simulator designed to teach students about the process of managing a construction project at their own pace in a safe environment. We will demonstrate the basics of this program in 3 videos. The first will explore the interface, the second will deal with uncertain, disruptive events that may occur during a project, and the final video will show a full, though small, project while demonstrating a simple strategy for catching up with the as-planned schedule when you fall behind in your project. This is the starting dialog for Virtual Coach. From here, you can enter the information for the server you are connecting to and choose which project you will be working on. For now, we will just use the default values. This is Virtual Coach. The current project status is summarized at the bottom of the window. This is the Sim Step button. Pressing it advances the project by 1 day. This will cause the information to be recalculated and updated to the next day. Some of the informational items available in this portion of the window include the current day of the project, the number of days the project will take, how much of the project is complete, how far over or under the budget and schedule the project is, how many accidents and reworks have happened on site, how much of the available storage space is being used on site, the number of workers on site, and the number of active activities. This section on the right lists the disruptive events that have occurred for the current day, which we will discuss more in the next video. This is the schedule panel, represented as a Gantt chart. It shows the time frame for each of the activities. The vertical black line indicates the current day, and these faint gray lines indicate the end of a week. The green bar indicates the original schedule planned for the activity, and the red bar indicates the projected schedule for the activity. Initially, the red and green bars will line up, because the original schedule and projected schedule are the same at the beginning of a project. These pink circles indicate that the activity is critical, and if it is delayed, the project completion time will be delayed. Once you start advancing the simulation, you'll notice the red bars change to blue bars for days past. The blue bar indicates the completed portion of a project. If you move your cursor over any of these 3 bars, you will see that the name of the corresponding activity pops up. All of this information will be useful for planning which activities to focus your resources on in order to complete your project on time. Next, we have the cost panel. This panel will be used to show how well you are doing according to the original cost plans and projections. At first, this panel will be pretty boring, showing only one teal line. This line shows the cash flow for the project according to the as-planned schedule. The x-axis represents the time, and the y-axis is the amount of the total cost. When you advance the project, you will notice a blue line beginning to build. This represents the total costs accrued so far. Eventually, you will hit some form of disruptive event, which will cause accrued costs to differ from the original projections, and you will notice an orange line appear, representing the new projections based on the current situation. You can also check these tabs for the direct costs, indirect costs, and projected costs. The distribution of predicted costs at completion is available as well, but won't be discussed at all in these videos. Here we have the activity panel. This panel summarizes all of the information about each activity. Up here, the cost is given and broken down, and the construction section index division and labor crews associated with the activity are shown. Using these tabs, you can look at the material, and labor breakdowns, and the progress and cost charts for each activity at each day until the completion of the project. These tabs on the left can be used to look at a different activity. This is the labor panel. It is used to alter the number of workers for each labor crew, which includes both labor and equipment. You can hire and fire workers on the right, then assign them to different crews on the left, like so. Simply put, hiring more workers or using extra equipment will increase costs, but decrease activity duration, and firing workers will have the opposite effect. This is the material panel. It is used for ordering, then allocating resources for the project. The initial tab is the stock tab, which simply shows the information about each of the materials in stock. There are also tabs for each activity currently being done. In construction management, you must order a material prior to allocating it. Here, for each activity, you can order and allocate materials to change the material rate. Also, you can change the schedule of your labor and increase your labor budget to change the labor rate. You can also change the priorities of your activities. That's the basic tour of VirtualCoach's interface. The next video will discuss disruptive events, and the final video will go through an example project and show a basic strategy for getting back on schedule when events delay your project.